Back here on Sun Devil Extra, Braiden Bell joined alongside Sun Devil senior outside hitter Geli Cyr as the Sun Devil volleyball team getting some love on the program today, and deservingly so, ranked 13th in the country, 16-2, second place in the Big 12 right now behind Kansas. Geli, first off, thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming on, but talk to me about the vibes right now and what they're like with this team, because just watching you guys, your last homestand, it looks like you guys just enjoy playing together. And of course, it helps when you win, but what are the vibes like?
I think I've never been on such a veteran team before, and I think it's really such an interesting dynamic because we really do just want to have fun this year. Obviously we want to win, that's a given, we all know that, but I think because we are also such good friends, it's just so fun. I mean, who gets to do this? Like, barely anyone. So I just think it's really cool, and yeah, the vibes, that would be correct. We do just really like being around each other and playing together.
Important to note the experience on this team. As you said, experience is something you can't teach, but it's something that helps you so much in the grind of a long season. In terms of you obviously being one of those seniors, what's it been like for you to be a part of a program like that, or a group like this, I should say, that everyone else has kind of been through those fires before as well, in terms of just so much experience? Yeah,
I think a huge thing for me personally this year has been, because I have seen this program through some not so great times to great times. I think a huge thing for me has been trying to get this tradition, this culture, this legacy to resonate with younger girls, because my main goal is to leave it way better than I found it. And I think so far we've done such an amazing job, and it's the thing I'm the proudest of. People ask me what I'm proudest of here as a Sun Devil for my 4 years. It's definitely the legacy and the culture that I've been able to help create.
I want to ask you about that, because we just had Arjan, who transferred in and kind of got to see the transformation from afar. But what kind of kept you tied to Arizona State? Because you, like anyone nowadays, you had the chance to leave if you wanted to, and there were some down times, but you stayed true to this program. Now you're being rewarded with some great success at the tail end of your career. But what was it about this school that kept you here?
I really love the fan base here at Arizona State. I talked to Graham a lot, our AD, and we talk about how volleyball is growing in Tempe. And when we were playing in Nebraska, we were like, this can be us one day. We just know it. We just feel it. People love it. They want to see us play. They want to see us do well. And how great is it that we get to give wins back to them now? It's awesome. But I think the main thing that stuck with me was just the team culture that we had despite everything. My best friends were on this team, and I just genuinely could not see myself in anything other than maroon and gold. Like, it was just like, that is where I started, and I want to see it through to the end. And then obviously JJ got hired, and I was like, I heard so much I have friends at USC, and they were like, we love him, and you're gonna love him, so it worked out.
So let's talk about your second-year head coach, JJ Van Niel, who has revitalized this program, taken it to heights that frankly it hasn't been to either ever or in a very long time. Sweet 16 appearance a year ago, and looking like another strong run coming up when postseason rolls around this year. But let's reflect back on early days under Coach Van Niel, and when he first showed up to Tempe. So yes, you had a little bit of people in your ears talking about what he was like at USC, but what were some of the biggest changes early on, and when did you kind of realize, like, okay, this guy's different? Yeah,
so I'll be honest, my first phone call with him was so bad. It was so bad. I remember I was like so excited. I was like, okay, new coach, like, let's go, new era. And I think he was like really tired. We've talked about it, we laugh about it now, but I think he was really tired, and like he was on like multiple flights, just a long day. I was probably his 12th phone call, and he was just like, he could not sound less interested in me, and I thought it was just like, so it's so JJ now to think about, like he's just on the phone, that's just how he sounds. So to any recruits out there, that's just how he sounds. I promise he's a great guy. But now looking back, it's so funny because he's like a second father to me. It's really, really nice to have that relationship with the coach. It's just, it's pretty rare actually, especially in the college game, because I think a lot of times athletes can get lost as just a person on the court who like can get you points and keep your contract, honestly. And I think he sees us all as so much more than that, and that is something that you can't really get a lot of the time, and he really does a great job at that.
Is that something that you as an athlete and your teammates as well, is that something that makes you want to even fight harder for him, knowing 100%. That there is that connection?
100%. Yeah, I don't want to see anyone succeed more than JJ Van Niel.
That's awesome, and that shows why you guys are succeeding at such a high level. Last time we talked, just a little under a week ago, it was off of your career-high 23-kill performance in a 4-set win over Arizona. We mentioned the crowd. It was a good atmosphere at Desert Financial Arena. How special was that night for you personally and also the team as a whole? You had to battle through some adversity against a gritty Arizona team, and you still came out on top.
Yeah, I'm more proud than anyone that we have crowds like that. It's just so amazing to see. I can't talk about it enough. And thank you for coming out, and please keep coming. We love having you guys there. But like I told you, I think that night I had no idea I had 23 kills. I had no idea. I honestly thought I was kind of doing not great. So I don't know. I was proud of the way that I was managing. I think I can limit my errors a little bit more. But yeah, it was a great environment. Shout out to the swim team. The Speedos were great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think Arj talked about it, but the way that they were missing serves, I mean, those are fan points. So it speaks a lot to them.
Yeah, the modified curtain of distraction, if you will, with the swim team showing up, that created quite the advantage, and I think it distracted you a bit.
We need to get them courtside, I think. They were a little too far away.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Let's get them low.
Let's get them right there.
Right behind the seats, yeah,
Yes.
right behind the seats. I think that's something we can maybe get going for this upcoming weekend. I want to ask about your offensive attack as a team because, you know, I get the chance to talk to opposing head coaches in preparation for your games, and every single coach says the same thing about how dangerous you guys are offensively, how great your passing is, and how quick you guys play. Well, how enjoyable has it been to play in that kind of a system and a style of play? Because it seems so much fun, especially as an outside hitter.
Yeah, it's so fun, and it just opens up so much court for me and Shania and the right sides. I just think, who do you block?
Right.
I mean, we run it so fast. It's like you have Jeter and Savannah and Bailey and me and Shania, and it's like, where do you go? Who do you front? If you read block against us, good luck. I mean, I don't know. I have never defended our team before, but I wouldn't like to.
Right? Yeah, it's like if you choose one way to try to stop you, someone else is going to go off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty much, I don't want to say an impossible task, but it's not an easy task whatsoever, and your record shows that. Tried and true Texan is Geli Cyr, Flower Mound, Texas, just north of Dallas, if that's correct. What did you think when you first saw the news that ASU to the Big 12 and you'd get to play some more conference games in the state of Texas? What was your reaction like to that, and what's that been like so far this year?
Yeah, so I'm from Texas, grew up in Seattle actually.
Okay.
So die-hard Pac-12 fan.
Yeah.
Like, grew up a huge Husky fan. That's all I wanted to be when I was younger. I just wanted to go to UW. And to be able to compete against them was amazing and such a cool experience, and even beat them a couple of times was pretty cool. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little sad to see the Pac-12 go, but then when I realized I was gonna be playing at home, I was just so excited. My brother got to go to one of my games, his first one ever. It was just really cool, stuff like that. My aunt and uncle got to go to one, they never got to go to any. So yeah, it's just been really cool. It's so different. It's so different. The Pac-12 had been around since, I don't know, Pac-6, Pac-8, Pac-10. And there was always kind of like, the Stanford, where it was like they were kind of rolling through teams a lot. And Big 12, it's just so more spread out, I feel like. Every week there's just different upsets and different games that we didn't think were going to go that way. And so I think just being on top of that has been something that has really been helping us. And I'm really excited to play Kansas and see, what's going on over there.
Yeah, you mentioned Kansas, and of course they're the only team you're looking at right now in the standings. But kind of off the court, is there one place that you're excited to go to, or maybe a place you've already been in Big 12 play? I know it's totally different scenery and geography, not as many cities in this conference.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere you're really excited to go to?
Yeah, I have two. I'm kind of excited to go back to BYU a little bit. We're playing there on Halloween night, which is very interesting. I mean, we played there last year, and the fans there did not like us very much. So
I wonder why.
All
right.
Big devils across our jersey. I don't know. But should be fun. Love playing there. And Provo is just beautiful, so I just like being there. And then I'm kind of interested, this is so random, but to go to West Virginia.
Sure.
I've also heard they shoot off a gun, but like no bullets or anything, but like what's it called when nothing comes out?
Yeah, a blank.
A blank. They shoot a
round.
blank
Sure.
after the national anthem.
Oh.
I guess.
Okay, so don't jump.
No, and so I guess it freaks out everyone. And Bailey Miller is from West Virginia,
Right.
so she was like, "I'm going to show you guys around Morgantown, I think it
Morgantown,
was."
yep.
And I know it's pretty small and like not much to do there, but I'm excited to see it.
You blare Country Roads that whole trip.
Yeah,
down Denver.
exactly.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to
I don't
do.
have much East Coast experience, so I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some different things you guys get to see.
Exactly.
One more for you. Dating back to growing up, and you said you were dreaming of playing at UW and playing college volleyball, but was there a specific moment that you really fell in love with the sport where you're like, this is my jam, this is what I want to do?
I don't know if there was a specific moment. I do know why I fell in love with it.
Sure.
I played every position. I started as libero because I was literally 8 years old and they could not put me in the front row. And then I was a setter and a right side, and then I was a middle, and then I finally landed on outside / libero. And depending on what the coach thought, if I was tall or not, basically. But I fell in love with it because there's so many different ways to win, and I love how you need every little piece to work in order to really, it's just
Sure.
such a team game. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, I could not be a gymnast because I'm just not a good, I hate serving because it's only me back there, you know what I mean? And so to have that sort of camaraderie with a team, I don't know another sport where you genuinely need everyone that much. Even soccer, you can go down there and you can do it your whole self if you really wanted to and you wanted
Right.
to try. But in volleyball, it's just it's such a team sport, and I love that about it. That's why I want to go into coaching afterward.
So you do want to go into coaching afterward.
Yeah.
Is that something you talked to JJ about or have talked about in the past?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't think we could ever work together because I think, to be honest, we would butt heads a little bit. I think he would say the same thing because we're just so alike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watch him just from a distance and just seeing how he deals with certain things all the time.
Take note, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I got one last one for you, and I want you to finish this sentence for me.
Okay.
I will consider this season a success if.
Oh, that's a good question. I will consider this season a success if I can come back next year and see the culture still thriving. And I can see, or if next year there are even more fans at the game, I will consider it a success.
It's a great answer.
Thank you.
Geli Cyr, so much fun to watch. As we've already said, 2 home games this week against Houston on Wednesday, Colorado on Friday. The momentum, the program, things are just continuing to build. She's been here from the jump. She's a Sun Devil through and through. We'll be back to wrap things up with Graham Rossini when we come back.